Chapter 1. Vecna back at it. Vecna falls out of the window, burning, on fire, and everyone thought that he was dead. Nancy, Steve, and Robin looked down, and he was gone. They thought that he disintegrated into thin air. For not even 2 days later, Hawkins was in flames, and Vecna was back. 11, Hopper, Joyce, Will, Mike, Jonathan, and Nancy stood there looking down at Hawkins burning and dying. Everyone who lived in Hawkins mostly left, but the people who stayed there or were there packing were in big trouble. As 11 stopped, looking down at the ground and Hawkins burning, a big, burning, red, deadly tornado stood lurching over their town. Creatures and other upside-down animals were circling it, and coming in and out of it. 11 and everyone else were all thinking the same thing. What do we do? Scared for their life, watching their home die, Mike started running down the hill as Nancy started following him. Nancy screaming, "Where are you going?" Mike screaming back, "Home." As the ground shakes underneath them, Mike falls and tumbles down the hill. Nancy is still running, now running faster to make sure that Mike is all right. Mike stops right before a big crack in the ground. Nancy gets down to Mike, asking if he's okay, as everyone else follows behind them. Mike says yes. But look at what's happening. It's getting worse. The creatures are flying everywhere. They look up into the air and see that the creatures have pieces of building, lights, ground, and much more. The storm that is brewing up from Vecna. Dustin, Robin, and Steve are at Hawkins High, helping people who got hurt in the earthquake. When they look outside and see the sky, which looks like snow, but is not. It's from the upside down. They start to see red flashing lights coming from outside. All this reminds Dustin of is what happened in the Upside Down with Eddie, the vampire bats biting and killing him. The ground starts to shake. They all ran and got under tables and chairs that were in the cafeteria. The building starts to fall, breaking and flying into the air. The tables and chairs start to go up after the building. Dustin and Steve make eye contact, sitting next to each other, saying, "Vecna." They jump up and tell everyone to run and to not turn back. Everyone starts running. Dustin and Steve stay behind. Dustin asking Steve, "Where's Robin?" Steve, looking scared, starts screaming, "Robin!" Looking furiously, Dustin screams, "Steve, it's Robin!" The tornado takes up more and more pieces of the building. Scared that it'll take them next, Steve gets to where Robin is, and Dustin starts lifting a rock. Steve starts to help lift that rock. And then suddenly the rock flies up into the air. Robin lies there, out cold, and the whole school is gone. They stand there over Robin thinking what to do next. Max lies in bed at the hospital, half dead. Lucas and Erica, sitting in a chair next to her, look out the window and see the same thing Dustin, Steve, and Robin saw at the high. When Max starts to lift into the air, waking up, screaming, blind, and not able to move, and nearly dead, Lucas and Erica go to grab her as the building starts shaking and breaks. They fall down 3 floors, landing in a bed. Lucas starts grabbing his arm. "My arm! My arm!" Erica grabs a blanket and wraps it around his arm. They both look up and see Max is getting closer to the red tornado. The creatures let her in, and the cracks in the ground where Mike and Dustin are start to open more and more. The creatures start coming out of the cracks, and all of them are scared, not knowing what to do next. Look up and see Max floating in the air above the red tornado. As she is surrounded by the creatures, lightning starts shooting out of her. All of Hawkins is destroyed. And right beside Max is Vecna.